Ani, Pashking Nango Queen Indishnakas, Anishinaabe Ojibwe Queen Indao, Wabjishindodem. This is Sonia Atale, and it has been 2 weeks since I started practicing and working really steadily on Ojibwe language. Howard Kimwan arrived 2 weeks ago, and he's living with us. So this is really the start of the journey for me and my family to try to do the closest we can to an immersion of Anishinaabemowin. Classes started last week at UMass Amherst. Howard Kimwan is teaching a class here, Ojibwe language classes this year, 2014 and 2015. And this is my chance, my year to learn the language. So I'm going to be trying to document and record the process as I go along and see how things are going. I've already noticed how much I'm learning in just a short time. So that's been amazing so far. It's been incredible to see how my pronunciation's changed over time, just 2 weeks. And a lot of it has just been unlearning a lot of Western dialect. A lot of the language learning materials that I had to this point is all the Western dialect, which is really different than what Howard speaks and what I'm learning now. So that's been the first challenge. And then it's just learning pronunciation and words and practicing. And I found out that when I wake up, especially the last few days, really probably last week, when I wake up, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Anishinaabemowin. I'm thinking words that I know and going through and processing. My brain must be doing all that processing of words. So a lot of memorization, a lot of learning words and phrases, and just learning the rhythm of the language, how it sounds. That's where I'm at so far. My goal is to try to record about 1 minute a day through the whole year. And I'll also be writing about this, trying to keep a journal and a blog, just so that people can follow this journey and see the process of reclaiming your language. I'm really looking forward to it. I realize that thanks to the Mellon Foundation, this New Directions grant that I have this gift of having an entire year or year and a half, really, 3 semesters off from teaching to really focus on learning my language. And I know most people don't have that luxury of having full time all day, every day to learn the language, and a native speaker here with them, living with them, and teaching classes right there, always there to help and assist. And especially a really patient and kind teacher, funny teacher too, like Howard is. So I'm really looking forward to this process. A little bit nervous to see how hard it is. Can I really do this in a year and a half and become not fluent, but at least proficient, have some proficiency in the language? For now, I really like Howard's approach, which is he's calling it Seeds and Fertilizer of Anishinaabemowin. Just trying to get you to learn words and basic concepts and ideas, and that plant little seeds so that as time goes on, those seeds, without you even realizing it, are starting to sprout and grow. And then by the time you get to some really complex kind of things, your brain's been working on it and it's more familiar to you. So I'm already seeing that work just from the words that he's using at home and the kind of concepts and ideas that when he first came 2 weeks ago and started talking about, I was totally lost and had no idea. And now it's falling into place, and those things really make sense, just like how men and women have a different rhythm when they speak, and how the words can really change depending on who's saying them. Things like that there's many, many different ways to say things. There's not just one way. That there are a lot of words that he calls rhymers that are just sound exactly the same and are exactly the same or sound really similar. So you have to watch out for those and try to understand them in context. There's just so much that I feel like I've learned already in just 2 weeks. And it's amazing to see my kids, my little boys, Bo, who's 7 right now. He's really picking up language fast. He can count to well over 100. He's learning money, how to count in the money. He's just doing great stuff. And Miles, who's not as busy actively learning like Bo is, but he's really listening. And he is speaking what Howard's calling Ojibwe, speaking English and throwing in Ojibwe words and what I'm hoping is, I mean, our whole family's doing that, that over time, we're going to see that switch from speaking English and throwing in Ojibwe words to speaking Ojibwe and throwing in English words to eventually being able to really converse and speak comfortably in Anishinaabemowin. So that's where things are right now. Today is Monday, September 8th. I think it's the 8th. Yeah, the 8th. Monday, September 8th. And just the start of an incredible language learning journey to reclaim my language of Anishinaabemowin. So thanks for following me along on this. And I hope that if you're on a language journey, that it's going well for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Please feel free to tweet me or post on the Facebook page or my webpage any comments. I'd love to hear how your journey of language reclamation and revitalization is going for you and your community. Aho, miigwech.